What's up, guys? TopTierYugioh here, interviewing Anthony White. And what did you just do?
Just went undefeated at the Philly Regionals, got first place using pure Zodiac.
Oh, that's pretty awesome, man. How many rounds were there?
9 rounds, like 415, 16 people.
Wow.
420.
9? Oh, that is very impressive. So did you play pure, true Draco?
I played pure Zodiac.
Pure. Okay, well, let's get into the list.
Alright, nice deck box, cool looking mats.
Yeah, actually, I'm a huge fan of the mat this time.
The mat's beautiful.
That VFD one from last time was mediocre, but this one is like...
I actually like the VFD one.
Oh, really? You want to trade?
No. For the monsters, or for the Zodiac monsters at least, 2 rats, 2 ram, 3 whiptail, 3 thoroughblade. This is pretty standard and I liked it a lot. It was perfect.
Yep.
Then the only other monsters I played were 1 Max C and 2 Ghost Dash.
Alright, no Ghost Ogre?
No, I was really close to playing Ghost Ogre, but ultimately I had to take it out for something else that I felt was a little bit more important. Ghost Ogre is not insanely good in the mirror match, it's okay. You're stopping plays, but you're not stopping the power plays, I think. That's stupid. You stop power plays, but just not the ones that really matter, I think. Like stopping a barrage in the long run doesn't usually matter because you have to deal with a Dryden anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, you stop barrage, okay fine, shuffle reborn, soul charge, normal summon. You can't stop all of those, so you just have to deal with the Dryden versus trying to stop the summons, I think.
Yeah.
Ash stops the recovery, which is more important in my opinion in the Zodiac matchups. And then Max C is of course unfair. And then for the spells, 3 barrage, 3 tanky, 3 desires. These are standard. The 3 desires were actually really perfect. Drawing 2 cards every couple of turns was amazing. 2 twin twisters, 2 enemy controllers, 2 my body, 2 shuffles, Raigeki, and soul charge.
Alright, so a lot of this is pretty standard. Why my body over Pianissimo? Alright, so why did you choose to play my body over Pianissimo?
I want to play my body because in the Zodiac matchup, Pianissimo is always going to be a neg-1 versus a Trident, but my body's going to be able to deal with that Trident because I felt that there were a lot of times to where, yeah, sure you protected your monster, but then you get barrier and you still just can't play. But at least my body, you're protecting yourself. And also, Hammer Kong exists, so against pure Zero, anything with Zoo cards, any competent player is going to end on a Hammer Kong and you're going to stare at your Pianissimo and just like cry. And I just didn't want that to happen. I like that this actually dealt with the threat. And it was just better when I built bigger boards. So especially when you're grinding, you build just these big boards with like multiple Zoo monsters, everything out. You don't want to just protect one. Sometimes you want to protect all of them. And then my body does that. Econ was what I took out the Ghost Ogres for. So I was actually really afraid of Flagate Trap Hole. And so this helped me play around. And they came up a couple of times too. And just being able to take opponents' monsters in general was good.
Yeah, I agree. Pretty cool.
Also, Soul Charge is good. For some reason I thought it was bad, but luckily, I let Alen talk me into it, and it was very good. Yeah,
sack charge is pretty good.
It's pretty good. There was one game where I Raigeki'd my opponent's field with a Ram just so I could max C, because I just knew I was going to lose that game anyways. And so I Raigeki'd their field, they used Ram, I max C, I draw on the Soul Charge, and then Soul Charge for a couple of monsters. I still lose because he had max C too, but it was a cool play.
Yeah, I like the spell lineup a lot.
This was perfect.
The thing I really like about my body that I was thinking about actually on the way back from the Philly is you want to have main deck outs to Masterpiece.
Yeah.
Either Kaijus or like Strikes or our like Spicy Tech this event, Quaking Mirror Force. But that's also kind of an out. Exactly. Because he has to be affected by spells or traps. And Pianissimo doesn't out Masterpiece.
That came up too. I mean, I got the out of Masterpiece with a My Body round 9 where I should have lost that game, but I My Bodied the Masterpiece and was able to come back from like 400 life points and win.
Yeah, 400 life points?
I had 450 life points left that game.
Yeah, I can't. That was wild.
It was wild. I'll talk about it later, but for the traps, 2 Zodiac combo, most important trap card in the deck for sure.
If you're playing one, you're wrong.
Absolutely wrong. I feel like Zodiac Mirrors are a race to resolve combo. Like, if you can resolve 2 combos, then first you're drawing twice. Secondly, you're putting back more Zoo cards into your extra deck and your main deck. And then third, it means that you've already advanced your game state enough to have gotten 10 Zoos in the graveyard. So it's like a measure of how far you've advanced your game state while also putting you more ahead through it. Then we had 3 Strikes, 3 Barrier, 2 Quaking Mirror Force, which was amazing, and then 1 Torrential Tribute. So Strike was really good all day long. It just gave me a lot more consistent defense. Barrier was great. And I'm not saying barrier is not great, but it was very like average, just like what every Zoo deck plays, but not everyone's playing strike, and I felt that this gave me like a leg up on the competition. Barrier is standard, but this isn't, so it was a little bit different, but I liked it. This is really versatile. Stopping hand traps also came up, because there were a couple of times I would have got Max Seed or Ash or something, and I got to stop that, stopping graveyard effects. It was really good.
Would you play Warning?
I wanted to. I wanted to play Warning really bad, but there's just not enough space. This is already a 43 card main deck, and I didn't feel comfortable going higher than that. I didn't even want to play 43, but I just could not think of anything else to take out. That's why everything that's a 3 of is like necessary at 3. Everything that's a 2 of, I like probably could have played 3, but didn't want to because it's just not enough space. So there really wasn't space for Warning.
All right, sounds good.
Quaking, I didn't really draw that much, but when I drew it, it was really good. It's a card that's easy to be average. You have to be really smart with it. And Torrento I liked because I didn't play Dark Hole, so it's sort of like a trap card that I can use for defense, but also something I can outboard with, because a lot of decks, like, they won't make a board they can kill you with. They have to summon something else, and then you just clear it.
Yeah, Torrento's pretty god tier. People forget to play around it because it's a 1-of.
You can't play around Torrento. That card's crazy. For the extra deck, 1 Borbo, 2 Hammer Kong. The 2 Hammer Kongs comes up a lot. I make Hammer Kong all the time. 2 Tiger Mortar, 3 Broad Bull, the 3rd never came up. 3 Shotgunine, the 3rd never came up. 3 Trident, I wish I had like 10 of them. And then Mrs. Radiant.
I wish you could summon 10 of them in a turn.
I wish. I didn't play any other non-Zodiac extra deck monsters because it usually takes a lot of resources to do it. Like, the way I see it in like the Zoo deck, like you have a couple different resources. Like most of the combos involve Barrage. Keeping Barrage on the field is a resource, and then combo in the grave is a resource. So a lot of times to do the play where you end with rank 4s, you have to sacrifice putting combo in grave or leaving Barrage on the field. And so I felt that I didn't really want to sacrifice either of those ever. Like I always wanted to end with Trident, normal summon, Barrage on the field, so they have to deal with the Trident and the Barrage and the normal summon. Also have combos, so I'm double drawing and recycling resources. I didn't think any of the rank 4s were valuable enough. Like Emerald, it's combo but 3 cards versus 5 cards. Tornado Dragon's okay, but I think they're better cards that do different things. And then Dweller was probably the closest I was to playing something else. Dweller's really good against Dinos, it's good against like that FTK bullshit. It's good against a lot of other decks that just aren't meta, but I took a gamble and I didn't need it.
Yeah, I was testing Tornado Dragon with you earlier, and if they board wipe you, like, it just sucks.
You just lose.
At least Emerald, like, recycled. Dweller, you, like, stop him. Tornado Dragon? Ooh.
I played Tornado Dragon at a Parsippany Regional, and I never made it. And that was a mistake. I missed the extra Zodiac monsters instead of the Tornado Dragon. Oh, also in the extra deck were these 2 tokens of the poor souls I sent to the Shadow Realm. This was me at YCS Atlanta, where I went to the Shadow Realm, and this was Alen at some other YCS where he got sent to the Shadow Realm, so sucks to suck.
This is like the old Anthony. It's like the old Taylor Swift, gone forever.
For the side deck, 2 Kumungus, 3 Ghost Ogre, 2 Cyclones, the 3rd Twin Twister, 2 Floodgate Trap Hole, Imperial Order, Macro, and 3 Magic Deflector. So the two Kaijus, I chose these 2 because they're both Earth, and so you can get them back with Mrs. Radiant and use them to make your own Mrs. Radiant. So even in a situation where like you draw both of them that everyone's like so afraid of, where you just like summon Gamessi on this and attack over it, I'd rather summon 2 onto the field than make Mrs. Radiant, and then like have a Mrs. Radiant and just kill my opponent. So that came up a lot. And then also, like, if you have the Gamessi, then you can't get your Kaiju back with Mrs. Radiant, and that sucks too sometimes. 3 Ogres for the Diagram decks, because Diagram decks are scary. Like, I'm not scared of Zoo, I'm not scared of, like, anything else, but Diagram decks, Masterpiece is really hard to deal with, and I can't.
Overwrapped Diagram's pretty hard to deal with.
Yeah, that too. 2 Cyclones, 1 Twin Twister, because I only had 2 Cyclones and a 3rd Twin Twister. The Twin Twister is really good in the mirror match. Cosmic Cyclone's good against Diagram decks, anything that plays true Draco, True King stuff. Also, Cyclone's is always good actually. I would probably play a 3rd Cyclone over the 3rd Twin Twisters, but I think it's fine either way. You could even go 3 and 3, I think, depending on certain matchups. There's a Chainburn player who's doing really well, and 3 and 3 would have been really good against him.
Oh yeah, I saw that guy.
I did not want to play him. Like, we were both undefeated through like 7 rounds, me the Chainburn guy, and like all these true Draco decks, and I just was so scared to play any of them. 2 Floodgate Trap Holes because I wanted 4 cards that flip things face down. Like a lot of people, they have the 3 Floodgates. That's only 3 cards that flip things face down. 4 is better. And I actually didn't resolve it, but it was really good in theory. It's a scary card. With the Quaking, I did resolve though, and was able to like attack with Borbo for game multiple times. Order, I drew it once, but it didn't matter. Macrocosmos, I drew it a couple times. It was, I guess it won me the games I drew it, but I didn't like that it did. Because it really put you in a situation where, like if you don't win with it, all your zoo stuff gets banished, then you lose. Like, I just like could only imagine what would happen if I had like a Trident, a Broadbull, a Shockanine, a Tiger Mortar, Kong, a Rat, and like something else banished. Like, that just sucks.
Would you play it again?
I don't know. Like, I guess it hurts other decks more than it hurts this deck, but boy, it hurts. It hurts a lot. I did not like it. It won me games, but I didn't like it. There are better cards that win me games. And 3 Deflectors. I played a lot, maybe 5 or 6 True Draco decks, and I only drew it once, and it didn't matter because I was already like losing. I didn't open it, but it's really good in theory though. Like it's like a barrier against True Draco Zoo. So that's the deck pretty much.
Awesome. Do you have any shoutouts? Any special round moments? I remember there was one, I walked by him round 9. This is crazy. He had like a zoo monster and like 1 face down. His opponent had like Masterpiece, Dynamite, the Trap, the Spell, a Mrs. Radiant, like a zoo monster. And I'm like, oh, he loses. I come back 5 minutes later and like, everything's gone.
No, I opened up really average going second against True Draco Zoo. And it was round 9. I was already like 8-0. I was like, I don't care what happens. Like, whatever happens, happens. But he goes first, and he opens Masterpiece, Trident, Kong, Dynamite, Set Barrier. And I'm just like, wow. I like really lose. Like, there's just no way. But I was like, you know what? It's round 9. Like, there's no point in like conserving information or like not just like playing out. Like, there's no reason to not do this. So let's just go for it. Like, I'm not gonna scoop. I'm just gonna. You're gonna kill me today, dude. And
they don't call me medium tier Yu-Gi-Oh, they call me top tier Yu-Gi-Oh.
He gets me down to like 1950 life points, and like he has like his whole board. I think I got rid of the Mrs. Radiant and the Dynamite at this point. All I had was like a Zoo monster, like a Thoroughblade or something. I'd say it was a Thoroughblade, and then an extra spicy card in my hand. And what happened was, he had Masterpiece with the effect that he hadn't used. And so, I literally like just can't win at this point. Like, it's an unwinnable situation. And so I normal summon the Thoroughblade to see if he does anything. He doesn't do anything. I make a Broadbull, he barriers me, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I definitely lose now. And so, I don't know what to do, but like, I'm not gonna like scoop or anything. I want him to play it out. And so I have a My Body as a shield. The Masterpiece is immune to spells, and I'm sorry, it's immune to traps and monsters. And this is like a situation to where he could either like just attack over my monster next turn and just kill me because I have no resources. So I could either set the My Body, he pops the My Body, attacks over this, and he wins. Or I don't set the My Body, and then, because if I set it, he pops it. If I don't set it, he either doesn't use the effect, attacks over and wins, or he uses the effect and I My Body. So it was like a situation to where if I set it, I definitely lose. If I don't set it, I maybe lose, but I also maybe win. And I'm only at 1950 life points too, so I maybe also still lose. But he does use the Masterpiece to try and destroy the monster. I My Body it, so it takes me to 450. This is the only thing I have. He draws the 2 cards in hand, he can't play. And so on my next turn I can make Zoo plays, start building my board, and like just come back and win. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's
like,
wild.
My Body like literally won me that round. Because I should have lost. Because I would have lost that game 1, probably won game 2 and lost game 3.
Well, awesome. Any shoutouts?
A lot of shoutouts. I borrowed a lot of cards. Shoutouts to Alen. He let me borrow like a lot. I can't even remember a lot of stuff.
Pretty sure your deck was Alen and Nox.
Nox let me borrow like 3 strikes, like half the side deck. I borrowed like 20 cards from Nox. I didn't know what I was playing, and then I just like put of the 20 cards in the deck. So shoutouts to Nox. He helped a lot. Shoutouts to Ocean View Gaming, the guys I like theory with and test with all the time. Shoutouts to Team Monster back home. We theory and test too all the time. Shoutouts to everyone who was with me in between rounds. Like everybody I met, everybody was really cool. Philly regionals are a lot of fun, and it's just awesome seeing everybody again. So Shout out to the subscribers actually. I'm sorry I haven't like made a video in a long time. I usually record on my phone. My phone broke, so I can't record at all actually. So this is gonna have to hold you guys over for a while. So thanks for the support.
We got some new stuff coming next week, don't worry.
Awesome.
Yeah, both our phones broke, but my S7 came in, so there you go.
Remember that time, those cerulean tides set fire